Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate you. Today's video, I wanted to talk about procrastination because this is something that I have been dealing with for a very long time now. And I know that it's not procrastination is not a problem peculiar to me. I know that a lot of people, including homemakers, are dealing with procrastination as well. So I really want to talk about that in today's video. And I feel like talking about it will kind of help me in my journey to overcome procrastination. So, take for instance, I have two standing fans in my house, and for the longest time, I've been meaning to clean them, but I just keep saying I'll do it today. Okay, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes to an end, then I move it to the next day, and today and I think the first step is to realize that you have a problem with procrastination. If you do not realize that you have a problem, if you do not agree or accept that you have a problem with procrastination, then you can never be able to solve that problem. I've realized that I have that problem and I've started to find ways to deal with them. And I feel like talking about it in today's video is another way to help me deal with it because then I'm putting my problem out there for the whole world to hear and see and kind of hold me accountable. Okay, so yeah, that's why I'm talking about it today. And please let's not be judgmental, okay, because I know that this problem is not peculiar to me alone. A lot of us are dealing with this as well. But you have to admit that you have this problem before you can find a way to solve it. Okay. So you can see how dirty my standing fans are. I have been meaning to clean these fans, but I just keep moving the day, just keep changing the day. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to do it next tomorrow. And it has taken such a long time. And yeah, it has taken such a long time. Anyway, first of all, I want to start with defining procrastination. I know that we all know what it means, but I'd like to define procrastination first before we can start talking about it. So, procrastination is the act of delaying or putting off tasks until the last minute or until they are past their deadline. Okay. And procrastination can have a very negative effect on your productivity. It can have a very negative effect on your performance, and it can also have a negative effect on mental health. Okay, that is how bad it is. And as someone that is dealing with procrastination, I must tell you that a lot of things in my life have been affected. Okay, and being that a mother and a homemaker, I need to deal with this issue in my life. I need to deal with it because it is affecting a lot of things in my life. Okay. So but first of all, we have to look at what are those things that causes us to procrastinate on things we ought to do. Okay. And as someone dealing with that issue, I can tell you basically that number one is fear of failure. Okay, we procrastinate because of fear or failure or criticism from the people around us. Okay, if I fear that I may not do well at something, or if I fear that I may fail at something, or if I fear that if I do this thing people may criticize me, I tend to not want to do that thing. Okay, I tend to keep moving the date and the time of when I'm supposed to do it. Okay. So I can tell you categorically that the fear of failure and criticism is one of the reasons why we procrastinate. Okay. And the second thing I can tell you is perfectionism or unrealistic expectations. Okay. I tend to want to get things done and have them perfect in a way, but the truth is, no man is perfect. Like, no man is perfect. The only perfect being that exists is God. Man, we are full of imperfections. That is just the way we were created. And another thing is setting unrealistic expectations, okay? things that you know that is just impossible to achieve, you set such goals. That's another reason why we can procrastinate. Another thing is poor time management or planning skills. Mm, I have to confess, when it comes to time management, I tend to have a problem with that. Okay. And if you're someone that has a very poor management of time, or you're lacking in planning skills, you tend to procrastinate a lot. Another reason I can tell you that could be a reason for procrastination is distractions or temptations. Okay. When you have things that can distract you a lot from achieving a certain goal. Okay. We all know what our distractions are. You have to sit down and, examine yourself and ask yourself, what are those things that I'm constantly doing, that those things that I pay a lot of attention to, that constantly distracts me from doing the things I should do, from achieving my set goals and my plans? What are those things that are constantly distracting me? You have to ask yourself that question and find out what are those things that are constantly distracting you and tempting you and tends to take your time away from things you're supposed to do. Okay. So, having looked at the reasons why we procrastinate, I've gone on to do some kind of a research to help me in my journey towards overcoming procrastination. And I have come to realize that there are certain things or strategies that we can follow to help overcome procrastination and to get things done at the right time when they should be done. Okay. So I'm going to be sharing some of those tips with you. Okay. So, number one is to write a to do list and prioritize your tasks according to their urgency and importance. And if there are tasks that are complex, okay, that requires a lot of energy or a lot of time, you can break them down into simpler tasks that you can achieve one day at a time, okay? And you can also set a realistic goal. Make sure we have talked about being realistic before, setting realistic goals. So you can make sure when you're writing to-do list, make sure you're setting goals that are realistic, things that you can actually achieve. And also, it is important to set a deadline. Okay, set a deadline for when you're supposed to achieve each goal or when you're supposed to get each task done. Okay, now you should start with the most important or difficult tasks. Yes, you start with the most difficult tasks. Okay, and work on it for a short period of time. Okay, maybe, for example, maybe like 15 minutes. Okay, and this will help to overcome the initial resistance and build momentum and confidence. Okay. Now, but before I think the very first thing I should say is discipline. Discipline plays a very, very vital role in overcoming procrastination. You can write a to-do list all you want. If you are not disciplined enough to go according to the list you have made, okay? Because after all, I'm the one that wrote this list. I can decide, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not accountable to anyone. It's very, very important to have self-discipline. Self-discipline, I think, plays the most crucial role when it comes to overcoming procrastination, because if you are not self-disciplined, no matter the strategy you want to follow, you cannot overcome procrastination. You have to discipline yourself, first of all. I think that is what I should have mentioned first: self discipline. You need to discipline yourself, first of all. Discipline yourself towards time management, discipline yourself towards even sitting down to make the to do list. Because if you're not disciplined enough, you won't even make that list in the first place. You may say, oh, I know what I should do. I have it in my head. I'll just do it as they come, as I have kept it in my head. You have to be disciplined enough to say, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it and I'm going to follow it according to how I have written it down to do. Now, another thing I can say is you have to avoid or minimize distractions and temptations that might interfere with your focus and concentration. Okay. For example, if you know that your distraction or your temptation is from your phone, especially now that we we have the social media is easily very accessible to us, you should find a way to minimize your use of these items. Okay, find a quiet and comfortable environment to work in. Turn off your phone or turn off your phone, close your email, abstain from social media. Abstain, did I just say abstain? Turn off your phone and make a time for when you're supposed to indulge yourself with these things. Okay, you tell yourself, okay, for 1 hour today I'm going to just relax with my phone, go through my emails, browse through social media and the likes. Okay, and after 1 hour I have to put down my phone and accomplish a certain goal. Okay, you know how best it will work for you. Okay, we are all adults and no one can tell us when to pick our phones or how long we can stay on our phones. Like I said before, discipline plays a crucial role in overcoming procrastination. You have to discipline yourself, set out a certain time. I want to spend 2 hours on my phone today going through social media or my email. Okay, so set a time, and when that time is done, put down your phone, your tablet, your laptop, shut off your computer, and focus on the task ahead. Okay, another thing I can say is to seek support from your loved ones and people around you. Okay, uh, make them hold you accountable for accomplishing a certain task. Okay, if you're someone that is married, you can make your kids or tell your kids, make them hold you accountable in such a way. You can tell them, okay, for tomorrow, this is what I want to do. Remind me to do it. Constantly ask me, have you done this? Remind me, encourage me to do it. Okay, you can tell your kids, you can tell your husband if you're married. If you have a friend, someone you can rely on. Okay, a family member or anyone you can rely on for support. Okay, make them hold you accountable for accomplishing such tasks. Okay, and another thing I can say is be kind and compassionate towards yourself. Okay, avoid criticizing yourself. Avoid self guilt. Okay, procrastination is a common and human behavior, and it doesn't really mean you are lazy or incompetent. Okay, so you have to recognize that you have the power and the ability to change your habits and improve your performance. Okay, and it's also important to celebrate your successes and learn from your mistakes. I think one of the things we should know about mistakes are they are supposed to teach us. Okay, they are supposed to teach us. When we make a mistake, we're supposed to learn from it. So it's important to learn from your mistakes. Okay, so I hope that these tips that I have shared is helpful to you. Okay, so please let me know in the comment section what are your thoughts. If you have anything to contribute to what I have said, please leave it in the comment section. I would really love to hear from you. Okay, thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I really appreciate you a lot. And if this is your first time coming to my channel, thank you so much. You will love it here, so please subscribe and join this amazing family and help us grow this channel. Okay, thank you so much, and this is me wishing you a very merry Christmas in advance and a blessed and prosperous new year. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.